Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the rod shop. Today, well, not quite in the rod shop, but anyway, today we're going to take these and turn them into these. So, y'all stick around. Okay. Last video, y'all saw me put these together on a jig, and I was going to turn them down in front of you guys, which I did, except the camera didn't play nice. And I have new cameras actually ordered because I'm tired of fighting with them. They're old. They've made 300-ish videos. It's time to replace them. So what I did last night is I glued up a few more, and we're going to take one of these sets and turn them down into usable grips. So not that complicated. Let's get started. Now you can do this on a drill with a brace, doing it very carefully. You can file them by hand, but I have what I call my dirty lathe out here on the dirty side of the rod shop, and I'm going to use it set up with a mandrel to turn these down. So hang on a second. Alright, so we got the wing nut off, and they will just, you could screw them off by hand, but why? I've got power. Alright, keep my pieces together for next time. Now, I have two grip blanks, I guess is what you would call these. So this is my rear grip. This is going to be my butt grip. And I've got a pattern out here of a CFX grip that I really like the way the swell fits in my hand on a reel seat, which I don't have one out here. I have to grab one. And then the butt grip with a butt cap. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my reaming tool, and this is going to be the rear side of my rear grip. I'm going to ream this just a bit to get it to fit up on my turning mandrel, which I've just put a EVA foregrip on it just so it fits in my wrapper cutter. So I'm going to slide this up on my mandrel. I've got some tape on it just to get it to stick pretty good. And then we're going to chuck it up. And I've got my power wrapper set for wrapping. Not a pretty high speed, except I didn't get it in there. What's going on? No. Let's try it again. Okay. Let me grab. Okay, I went and grabbed a generic. What was this? It's a Forecast, cheap, exposed reel seat. It was like $4. I bought them new old stock a few years ago. Bought a bunch of them, and we're going to use that. Make sure everything fits up like we want. We're going to use some digital calipers, or for something like this, I'm probably going to use a manual caliper more than the digital. We just need to make sure that we get our tenon the right diameter, and if it's a little small, it's okay. You can always arbor it up. And we need to get the tenon for the butt cap the right diameter, and then the rest of it is just personal preference. So one thing I will say is that when you have different density corks, they're going to sand at different rates. So you just got to be careful that you have the right tools for the job. And what I mean by that is I've got some over here. So what we'll use today is your emery boards, which has got a little bit of stiffness to it. This is 120 grit sanding foam, and then I've got some 150, got some 80 and some 150 sandpaper. I think that'll do it. So let's get started. We know it's entirely too large at the moment. What I will do first is I'm going to shape the basic, I'm going to sand it down to the basic shape that I want. And the largest of those basic shapes is right in the palm swell there. So that's this. So I've got my manual caliper. So you can do the same thing with digital calipers. Zero it real quick. I'm gonna, sand it down to 1.14 inches. Again, this is numbers aren't critical. This is just a number that I like in my hand. So let's get started. I'm going to go back and forth with these. I know that's way too large because these are 1.25 inch rings. So that's 1.25, and we need to get down about a 10. So I'm going to start with a 60 grit, and I'm going to use this as a block behind it just to keep it pretty flat, so I get even pressure between the lighter and the darker. Alright, I am going to get my little shop vac out because this is making a huge mess. Because I've got fans going too, it's hot in here. I've got the doors closed. Keep the light from being too bright so you guys can actually see what I'm doing, so hang on. Right there, and that should suck up most of it. I just broke a belt. The belt was pretty toast. Pretty sure I got a spare. Don't go away. Okay, now I think I'm set up. I got the right belt on, replaced it, pulled the real shop vac out, which fortunately I have on the switch, remote switch. So we're going to take it down to this size. Okay, now we've got it down to the largest size of the palm swell here. And I'm going to start working on the tenon, which is, to go into the real seat itself. So I'm going to change my calipers to that size. Okay. And I'm going to work on it with an emery board. I buy these in a pack of like 20 on Amazon because I use a bunch of them, and we only need, about 1/8 of an inch there. So let's see if we can get this going. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I do have the tenon cut in here pretty well. It does fit on the reel seat. Pretty sure it does. Perfect. Now, all we have left to do is shape the rear end of the rear grip. And I'm going to take this down a little bit here, just so there's not a big jump from the reel seat to the cork. I'm going to use a couple different flatter edges to help shape this real quick, just so I can get my angles the way I want. Okie dokie. I think we have it. Let's check the reel seat. And there we go. Pretty nice fit. That works great in the palm of my hand. Yours may be different. You may want your grips a little differently. The last thing we'll do is we'll turn the, oh, it's getting hot in here. We will turn the butt grip down. What to do with it. Here we go. Same thing, I'm going to ream it a little bit first. And of course there's a mower going outside, so. Sure get up. And then I'm going to turn it down on the high end of the butt grip to match this diameter. And then I'll turn the butt cap area to the diameter of this so that it matches. So this tenon will be here and this rubberized butt cap will go on. So let's start with this diameter, which is right there. Okay. Okay, so I changed my mind. This is the typical EC20. These, I think, are 22s. I'm not exactly sure, but they don't fit these, obviously. I bought these by mistake because if you guys have seen any of the fishing videos over on AE Fishing, you know when I set the hook, I drive that butt right into these ribs on a good fishing day, especially if we're flipping. I come home with bruised ribs. So what I'm going to do is since I'm shaping these the way I want them anyway, I'm going to shape it for the larger butt grip or butt cap. Just because I'm getting old and I don't like bruised ribs. So let's figure this one out. All right, so let's do this. We want the rear diameter to match the diameter, outside diameter of the cap, which is that diameter. So we're close now, if not too small. And then we need the OD of the tenon on the grip itself to be smaller than 0.9, a little smaller than 0.9. Yeah, about 0.89. So we need to take this down a little bit. So I'm going to lock that down so it doesn't move. Need to figure out the distance that it needs to be in there. So I'm just going to go to about right here to start with. It's going to be close. I'm going to take it down with my fingernail file here. There we go. Butt grip, rear grip, ready to go and not bruise my old man ribs. So this is how you do it. And I cheated with some power tools. You can do it just with sandpaper and whatnot. Also, this rubberized cork is is a lot tougher. So just a regular cork grip like this one. This is definitely not grade 4A cork. Grade 4A cork is going for about $6 a ring now, which is crazy. But one thing you can do is you can shape these down, mix up a little wood glue and your cork dust, and you can fill in the cracks, let that set, and then sand it afterwards. And you get what is close to a higher grade cork. These are probably about $1 a piece for a ring. Anyway, next time, hopefully, if I get my little mini lathe set up properly, I'm going to take this South American zebra wood and turn it into a set of grips. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.